Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-May 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in energy and see what's happening for the beautiful Scorpio collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you got for Scorpio gang in mid-May? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Scorpio in mid-May. What is the vibe? What's the energy? I'm still using this Alice in Wonderland Oracle. Been loving the results, loving the messages that pop out for the most part. Oh, there we go. Choices, 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 choices. And to me, I don't always take it literally by what we see here in the card. Now, it's always important to differentiate, especially with this type of deck, that we're not just looking at the symbolism of the card itself. We're looking at the overall vibe, the colors, the wording, and it's supposed to tickle our intuition. So to me, it does feel like someone in very deep thought initially. Now, it can really deal with choices and stuff like that as well. Now, before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about it. So yeah, again, first and foremost with this card, I feel like it's somebody that's in deep thought, pondering something. So whether that's you, maybe there's a specific situation, person, thing you're dealing with where it's just taking up a lot of your mental space, or this could be someone you're connected to where it's like they're in a very cerebral place, more so than normal, where it's like I'm retreating into my mind. That's what this card is making me feel. Now, again, some of you might be at a crossroads. There might be some choices or decisions you have to make. This card doesn't invalidate that. I mean, it does say, yeah, I mean, maybe you have to choose a road to walk. That could very much be possible. Or there could be somebody else that's in that mode too. It's like, oh, what do I do here? How do I do this? How do I handle this? So there's most definitely crossroads energy here in the mix. But to me, it's just like extremely deep in thought or trapped in its mind for whatever reason. Okay. And that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but it is showing up here. So we're just going to leave it at that for now. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Scorpio gang. What's happening? Please, my guides. And while we get this shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled The Surprising Problem. Now, the intriguing thing for the past few weeks with the Scorpio readings is that even if we do see some problematic energies, I've also been seeing some really good stuff and really good potential. So it hasn't been a full wash. But yeah, with the reading I saw last week, there could be situations or problems popping up just out of nowhere, right? Like things that you didn't quite see coming, which is rare. Usually Scorpios see things coming a mile away. But to me, it was like, all right, I wasn't expecting it to go down like that. It was giving me that kind of energy. So I would just keep your head on the swivel for the next couple weeks. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Scorpio to start. What do we got in mid-May? What do we got for Scorpio gang? Magician, manifesting something, creating something powerful. Very, very powerful energy here. And I would just say overall, it doesn't mean you have to be creating or manifesting something, but it's like the energy around you, it's palpable for whatever reason. Let's get a couple more. Let's get a couple more here. Yeah, Knight of Wands. The energetic release right there with that Knight of Wands. So this energy is powerful too. So this is giving me like little reminders and hints of what I was seeing in the Pisces reading. Total opposite, because like the Cancer reading was very grounded. It was all earth. The Pisces reading was wild. And I'm getting little hints of that here already. I mean, maybe yours is like a little combination platter. We got a lot of people here for one reason or another. Now, that could be a good thing. The energy is a little more grounded than the Pisces, that's for sure. So we're going to have to see. I think we're going to have a nuanced, layered one, which we usually do with Scorpio readings, right? But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, elementally, I mean, we do have the Magician, who's the master of all elements. So there's a little sliver of everything there. We have fire, the realm of action, passion, desire, push. This is our internal combustion. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, where it's like money, business, work, stuff like that. The thing that they share in common, you might not think there's much, aside from them being court cards, which could represent people, is that these energies represent the outside world, right? Whereas like cups and swords, that represents emotion and the mind. That's your inner world. This is like outside things, outside influences, things that might be out of your hands. So when I see a card of control and the outside influences, it's like, all right, well, there might be just certain things going on outside of you that not much you could really do about it. But I'm also picking up the classic Scorpio magnetism as well, because notice, it's like these cards are flocking to this magician, okay? And the magician's magnetic. Let's go through this piece by piece and really start to build it out. You might be really attracting a lot of things to you in this time. I'm seeing a lot of potential action and movement. But position number one, we have the magician. Beautiful. As I already mentioned, best and biggest card of creation in the whole entire deck. Manifesting, you know, creating your path forward, getting what you want. I love it. It could represent ritual. It could represent spirituality. So some Scorpios, you might be in that mode and mindset. Diving into spiritual things or practices could be very good. The magician does have big undertones of control. So when I see it, it's like, all right, I mean, we all want to control our destiny, control our path forward. But sometimes there are things that we can't really control, and that's okay. So for some Scorpios, maybe that realization is going to pop in that, all right, well, it's going to do what it's going to do. It gives me that kind of vibe here. Now, the magician could sometimes be overbearing. Sometimes it could be trying to do too much. So I'm already seeing, especially with all the other stuff, Spirit could be saying like, all right, well, don't micromanage this. Don't try to change something that you can't. Just do what you can do. Worry about yourself and the rest will fall in line. That's initially what I'm feeling here. Hopefully there's not an over-controlling presence around you as well. Now, moving to the center, we have the Knight of Wands. Love it. So that's big fire sign energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If you're not connected to any signs like that, remember, Knights are communicators, similar to pages, so they could be messengers, but they're all about making moves. They're all about taking action. So when I see the fiery Knight of Wands, it's explosive, it's quick, there's no delays. I'm coming at you, and I'm coming at you hard. It's giving me that type of vibe. So whether this is an energy you're channeling yourself, where it's like I'm fired up, I'm pumped, I'm motivated, we're going to make this happen, or again, this could be somebody else's too. Now, the great thing about this, like I mentioned, it's just like the Duracell bunny, right? Like it has so much energy, it's doing all the things, it's super amped up and confident. But the challenge with the Knight of Wands is that it could also be unpredictable. Sometimes you don't see its actions coming. Sometimes you don't know what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. Maybe that's not your concern. That could definitely be part of it as well. But when I see it moving towards this magician and the Queen of Pentacles, it's like I'm pulling all this energy to me. And there's a really strong magnetism here. So we'll definitely want to look into this further. And yeah, it can just be, you know, something that is very explosive. It could be something that's just out of nowhere. So we'll look into it further. We'll get down to the bottom of it. Now, moving to the very back end, we have a totally different vibe. We have the Queen of Pentacles, big earth sign energy. So it could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Now, if you're not connected to any of those signs, remember, it's not gender specific. The Queen of Pentacles is very centered around material abundance and wealth. So for some Scorpios, maybe you're just business focused, money focused. Like, I'm going to keep my mind on my pentacles, right? Nothing wrong with that. A lot of the Scorpios I've met through personal readings are just really fantastic entrepreneurs and hard workers. So this makes sense, seeing this in a Scorpio reading. It's a solid, stable vibe too. So there, in its rough sense, the Queen of Pentacles could be an energy that's like clinging on to something, or there's a resistance. So it's interesting. It's like, to me, and I don't say this in a bad way, I'm just using it to visual, so you can visualize the energy I'm feeling. Let's say this magician is a black hole, the magnetism, it's pulling things to it. This Knight of Wands, it's closer, so it's coming in quicker. This Queen of Pentacles is over here, she's further away. She's resisting it. She doesn't want to get pulled in, but the energy is moving that way, one way or another. Now, this energy can be very stubborn. That's one thing I can say about it. It can be problematic sometimes. It could sometimes be a roadblock. But initially, I'm not thinking that's you. I really don't think that's you there. So I really want to dive deeper on all of it, Scorpio. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the magician. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to get to Scorpio, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Let's go. Let's see what this magician's about. Give us a little more idea about this creation or this magnetism. What do we got going on here? Yeah. Whether you're purposely creating it or not, like it's coming. So we have another person. Okay, so there's a lot of ways we can now see this. And just to remind you, in the way I like to intuit information, I like a very simple spread. I like 6 cards and just let my intuition roll. 4 of the 6 cards are out, and 3 of them, which means at least half of the spread, is other people. So in this time, just know if you're a person that feels the energy of others, you might be picking up on the vibrations of people. It's like, I can still feel this person, or I feel this person, even if we're not speaking, even if we're not talking. It's like I feel their energy, and it just feels palpable. That's the best way I could put it. It feels like it's coming through so clear. Now, the Page of Wands is very similar to this Knight of Wands. Again, whether this is a group dynamic, a family thing, there's just like a lot of people, but at the same time, it's like you're creating it even if you're not trying to. So it's like you're bringing this energy in, and you might not even be consciously trying to do it. Like, that's the vibe. And listen, everyone knows Scorpio is a very magnetic sign. That's just part of the territory. It comes with it, right? Page of Wands could be a communication of some sort coming in, especially with the Knight of Wands. So like surrounding this magician, we have a lot of fiery communication. So again, whether it's like an explosive talk, we saw that in the bonus for May, actually. I think the exact name of the reading was an explosive message. So we're seeing it again. There's like an importance around a lot of people, and there's an importance around communication for one reason or another. And this one's showing up for mid-May. But you're definitely bringing something in, but it could be subconscious, someone or something. Could be both, but let's see what the Knight of Wands has. Maybe he'll give us a little more information. Now that I think about it, this energy is very reminiscent of what I saw in the bonus reading for May for Scorpio. Very reminiscent. So what do we have here? Why is the Knight of Wands in the mix for us? What's happening? What's this fiery action? Out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere. So we have the moon in the upright. It's like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're trying to do. For some of you, there might be a person who confuses you. Okay. And again, it's really hard to stump a Scorpio. It's really hard to confuse a Scorpio. But when I see the moon underneath the Knight of Wands, it's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? Why are you acting that way? Why did you approach this in that way? I just get something. I'm like confounded. I'm befuddled. Right? I'm confused. That's just the energy that's coming through. But then again, at the same time, with all this explosive energy surrounding communication, all the different people, now we have the moon. Again, this could be a surprise or unexpected talk too. I mean, there's multiple here. I don't feel like it's just one. So it's like boom, 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 boom. So you could be hearing from a lot of people you haven't heard from in quite a while, for sure, especially with this moon. Now, the moon is very subtle. This could be somebody that they're trying to guard or hide their intentions about something, where it's like, all right, well, they're really doing this, but they're not saying anything about it. Or they want to do this, but they'll never admit it. It's like giving me that kind of energy here, which I think you would feel it in the vibe. It would pique your curiosity. So that's just, don't be surprised if like just someone and how they're acting and what they're doing, it's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, it's just giving me that vibe. Or why even do that? It's like giving me a weird energy. But let's see what the Queen of Pentacles has. Maybe the energy will start to ground down over there. So why is the Queen of Pentacles here, please? Let's see what she has. Like, I don't think this is a bad reading. It's making me smile a lot. This is like really, really good. It's really, really good. So we have the Six of Pentacles here underneath the Queen of Pentacles. It's perfect. It's energy. It's like, all right, no, I'm happy with this. So again, like, to me, back end here, this most definitely a result that you could be wanting. This could be like a win or a victory. Remember, the Six of Pentacles, to me, is a card of balance. It's a card that's very charitable. It's very giving. I want to give my energy to something. I want to give my resources to something. It's like I want to give. It's also balanced, especially in the upright. That's also my card of gift giving as well. So we have like all these people. Now, the Six of Pentacles underneath the Queen of Pentacles, it's like, you know, I really wanted this and now I have it. It's like giving me that kind of energy here. So for some Scorpios, this is definitely like a massive win, victory of some kind. Could it be connected to all this stuff up in the front? Maybe. I feel like it's different. To me, it's just more about the gravitational pull that a lot of Scorpios have in this time. So just know your thoughts, your intuition, your powers to manifest and create could be extra heightened right now because I get this coming, this person, this situation, that one, and then boom, like there's a cherry on top. That's how this feels to me on the back end. So there's beautiful, victorious, win-based energy here on the back where it's like, you know what? That's fair. I like this. I'm happy with this. And it's something I've been wanting for a long time. That's how it shows. So listen, I'd claim it. I claim it myself. I claim it for everyone because that's just a beautiful way to end this because it does feel like a cherry on top. Okay. It's like, all right, just when you thought it couldn't get better, it does. So let's go through and do a quick recap and then we'll get into the shadow. So definitely a unique one. Does have reminiscent waves of what I saw with the bonus reading for May for Scorpio. But if you kind of look in the box, listen, we got the magician. All the people are like flocking to the magician. So watch that Scorpio magnetism because you could be creating things that you don't even realize right now. But when I see the Page of Wands underneath him, yes, that could be the fiery, explosive talks. We already have the unexpected or surprising one happening here as we move next to it. So again, it's like you're pulling stuff in. There's some good stuff coming up. Like the energy's lined up good. In the center, yeah, it could be someone making moves or taking actions that either you don't understand or you don't see coming. With the Knight of Wands and the Moon, it's like, all right, what are you doing? Why are you doing it that way? But I don't think you're mad at it. That's the vibe. Somebody and their behaviors could confuse you a little bit, and you can't logically make it make sense. But to me, again, it could just be a conversation you weren't expecting to have. I feel multiple. So again, the people, the situations, it's just a lot. Moving to the back end, we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles in the upright. So beautiful, win-based, victory-based type of energy. And this to me feels like something you've been wanting. So with the stuff we have in the front, it's like, all right, I didn't even know I was manifesting that, but I'll take it. But this one here on the back end is like, you know what, I'm happy I finally got this, or I've been wanting this for a long time. So that's very claimable, big win, victory type of energy. Lots of surprises popping up too, but I feel like they're mostly good. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a bad thing. So let's get one. And if you made it to this point in reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got for Scorpio gang? Please. Okay, nice and quick. Yeah, 2 of Wands. So that's a strong card of like planning and strategy when we see this in the shadows. So this could tell us a couple things. There might be someone you're connected to where like even if you don't understand what they're doing or you don't even know what they're doing or you don't know the method to the madness, when I see the 2 of Wands in the shadows, it's like, no, it's a little more structured than you might think. There could be a plan behind it. So there could be someone you're connected to where they're a little more strategic than you might give them credit for. Now, the 2 of Wands can also link to what we saw in the very beginning, because the 2 of Wands could be a crossroads, could be a choice, could be a decision of some sort. So for any of the Scorpios where this first card was resonating for you, yeah, that could be very much valid. Just because all this good energy is here doesn't mean that this is going to go away. This could be a situation that still sticks around. I don't feel like it's indecisive. The shadow side of the 2 of Wands is very indecisive. The thing that concerns me is people getting to a point where it's like, you know what, if something doesn't happen soon, I'm going to make it happen. Where it's like, if I can't choose a lane, I'm going to forge a new one. So that's the kind of energy I'm picking up off of this. So it's like going off trail and just doing something wild. So just keep your impulses under control. But yeah, Scorpio, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the May subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you could book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. You could go check out my digital calendar for availability. But for the May subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of the most beautiful new decks out there, the Stained Glass Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's two simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the zodiac signs, which one is your favorite? Not your sign, which one do you work best with? Which flows with your energy? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.